May I please request all the photographers and the media to take their positions as we would like to begin. Please may all the media and the photographers go to their allotted positions. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Avan Dabash, and I am absolutely delighted to be your host for today's ceremony. On behalf of the Piramal Group, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this historic morning, the listing ceremony of Piramal Finance Limited at the National Stock Exchange of India. We are deeply honored to have amongst us today some of India's most respected leaders, business icons, and members of the extended Piramal family. Your presence here today makes it more special. We would like to also extend our gratitude to Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, the Managing Director and CEO of the National Stock Exchange, for hosting us here today. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mr. Ajay Piramal, Chairman of the Piramal Group, Dr. Swati Piramal, Chairperson, Piramal Group, and we are grateful to have Mrs. Neeta Ambani here today to grace this very special occasion with the family. Mr. Anand Piramal, Chairman of Piramal Finance Limited, Mrs. Isha Ambani Piramal, Adya and Krishna Piramal, Nandini Piramal, Chairperson of Piramal Pharma Limited, and Peter DeYoung. We also have with us Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, the Managing Director and CEO of NSE, as well as Dr. Harish Ahuja, Head Issuer Relationship at the National Stock Exchange. The leadership team of Piramal Finance Limited, a warm welcome. We have Mr. Jairam Sridharan, Managing Director and CEO at Piramal Finance, Mr. Rupen Javeri, Group President, Piramal Finance, Mr. Yash Nadkarni, CEO, Wholesale Lending at Piramal Finance. We also have with us Mr. Kalpesh Kikani, Managing Director at Piramal Alternatives, Mr. Suneet Madan, COO, Piramal Finance, Mr. Jagdeep Mallareddy, CBO at Piramal Finance, Mr. Harinder Sikka, Group Director, Strategic Business.
I was always a little fascinated with Italy as a child. It had a very rich cultural heritage. It had great food, very family-oriented culture. Italian mothers live within 70% of Italian sons live within a 1 mile square radius of their mothers. And it always wanted to go there. And during my college years, I had a chance to do a study abroad in Italy. I was walking with my professor on the beach, talking about how Rome and Greece are the birthplaces of Western civilization. We were marveling at the jewels of European culture. And he stopped me to say, you know, Anand, your country is thousands of years older than ours, and its richness is second to none. So instead of singing praises about the West, go to your own country and contribute to it in some way. In a patriotic impulse, I decided whatever I want to do with my life, I want to try to give back to India in some way or the other. I'm so proud today that we have 5 million customers, which we crossed this quarter, and 2.6 million of these are for life-changing loans that are either for a house or for a business that change the trajectory of people's lives. Our group vision is simple: doing well and doing good, which means that in any business that we do, we have to make money, but we have to also make a positive difference. Today, profit is the oxygen of growth. Just like a human being requires oxygen, a company requires profit to survive. But just like the purpose of a human being is not to inhale oxygen, but to make a difference, to build a life similarly in a business, the, the purpose of a business is also not to just make money, but to do something bigger. For any family, no matter what strata of society you are from, the house is their single most important investment. And I'm so proud that under Jairam, Jagdeep and others' leadership, today we will be the largest affordable housing NBFC in the country. Today, 80 million Indians have small businesses and only about 10 to 15% have access to modern finance. My father, when he built his business, did not have the equity that I did, but it was thanks to loans that he was able to build a life, an identity, a family, and he could fulfill his dreams. We would like to give this same opportunity to many small business owners across the country. Every quarter I try to visit some of our branches. More recently, I went to a branch on the outskirts of Bangalore. One customer was a sari shop owner, and he, uh, because he wanted to pledge his house to be able to expand his business to get more loans. And he said, I feel much more successful than many of my friends, but because my house is in between municipal limits, that banks are not able to give me a loan. But thanks to all the advanced analytics underwriting that we did, we disbursed the loan and he ran a very successful business. And he came to me and said, you know, today because of my credit track record, many banks are coming, but you supported me in a very critical moment in my life. I went to so many different banks and NBFCs to ask for a loan. They all rejected me. I felt humiliated. And you, for the first time, saw my worth when nobody else did. There was another customer in Jaipur that I met who was 21, 22. He was a Lenskart employee. And he said, my mother needed an urgent kidney transmission and immediate dialysis treatment. And that she was not getting it, and I was going from place to place, not getting a loan, but I heard that you give loans either way very quickly, and I came to you, and I feel that at a very critical moment in my mother's life, your loan came, and I felt that all my life my parents have looked after me, but for the first time in my life, I felt that I could take care of my parents, and it was a very proud moment for me. We have a very long way to go as a company, but I wanted to thank people on this momentous occasion. I wanted to thank my parents. Whatever little I am because of them. I often don't say thank you because it would take many lifetimes to say thank you. Because God couldn't be everywhere, He made parents, and it's never more true than my own. So thank you very much. In addition to being great parents, they have created a very good business over many years. Over the last 33 years, since today we are at the temple of capitalism, the NSE, the Nifty 50 has delivered in the last 33 years a 13.5% return. At the same time, my father, with the help of my mother, has delivered 17.5%. When you when you aggregate this over 33 years, it comes to 200 times, 210 times in terms of the size of business versus the nifty 50 companies at 50 or 60 in that same period. But more than wealth, it's the values that they've left us with, values of honoring your word. My father's often said, a good man's word is written on stone, a bad man's word is written on sand, and that your word must be more important than any contract that you give. Similarly, values of integrity, of compassion, of service to the country, of humility are all embedded in the interior-most core of our company. Third, they have forced their children to get the best education. They have empowered them when they're young, and they have made succession a very clean, simple, straightforward, and a timely process. Very few businessmen do all of these three: value creation, wealth creation, and succession in such a clean way. And I'm incredibly proud and grateful for all of their help over the last few years. My real boss, however, is still my wife. And I wanted to thank her for being such a great pillar of support for me. Nobody has the intuition that she does. She really is my inspiration. When she was about 27 and I first met her, she told me that if you don't build if you're not $100 billion market cap company in the world, you are irrelevant. The good news, though, is that she did not specify a time frame. And if you take this 17.5% growth, every generation has to do better. And if Jairam, Rupen, and others deliver 20% CAGR, then you can actually achieve this target in 19 years before I retire from the business. I wanted to also thank my mother-in-law for coming today. She is very, very special to me. She stayed up all night yesterday because she was nervous she would come late for this meeting. Naturally, there are many more important people that she's had to attend to, but she probably lost the most sleep last night. So thank you, Mill, for all your love and affection for me. I wanted to thank my sister, Peter, Shloka, and Radhika, who have all been incredible pillars of support for me. So thank you so much for coming. It means so much to me. I wanted to thank some of the teams for what they've achieved so far. I know that this is just the beginning, but it's a good time to thank people for what they have done so far. Jairam Jagdeep Sunit joined about 5 years ago to start the retail business. In the last 5 to 6 years, pretty much from zero, today they have built a business with 16,000 employees, 520 branches, 75,000 crores in terms of loan disbursements, and it's been the fastest growing large retail NBFC in the country. So thank you very much for everything that you have built. I don't think that there is any CEO in the financial services business that understands technology as much as Jairam. And I think that the role of technology has played an all-pervasive influence in our company, whether it's on HR, disbursements, growth, risk, productivity. You see it everywhere, and I'm very proud of you, Jairam, and everything that you and your team have done today. I wanted to thank Yash and Rupen when we decided to pivot the business and exit the structured lending real estate business in 3.5 years. From a book of 43,500 crores, you have bought it to less than 5,500 crores today, Yash. This has been one of the largest and most effective rundowns in the country, and this has given us an opportunity, Yash, to build Wholesale 2.0 under your leadership as well. I wanted to thank Kalpesh. Kalpesh has run two funds, India RF and our credit fund. Both have been top decile funds in terms of performance. We have great partners like IFC, CPPIB, CDPQ, Bain Capital, and all want to do more business with us. Thanks to you and your team, Kalpesh. I wanted to thank Mr. Sikka. Mr. Sikka has been responsible for all the invisible work that happens in the government. He has been with us in the toughest days of our group and the happiest days of our group. And Mr. Sikka, I'm proud to call you as one of my family. I wanted to thank Rupen Zaveri. My advice is that if you ever find a best friend who's very capable, make sure that you convince him and coerce him to work with you, because his worth is really worth, his weight is worth in gold. And Rupen has been a partner to everything that I've done over the last few years. I mentioned a few employees, but it actually represents so many of you sitting here today. I'm proud to say that when I entered the business, other than my father and me, there has been no family member in the business, and all of you have really been part of my family over the last few years. One of the great privilege and joys of my life is to work with you. So thank you very much. We have only a minute before the bell, so maybe we'll wait and then I can just continue for another 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Piramal, for those encouraging words. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome on stage Mrs. Isha Ambani Piramal, Adya and Krishna Piramal, Mr. Jairam Sridharan, Mr. Rupen Javeri, as well as Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director, CEO of the National Stock Exchange, along with Dr. Harish Ahuja, Head Issuer Relationship at NSE, to step forward for the momentous ringing of the bell as we are ready to officially mark the listing of Piramal Finance Limited on the National Stock Exchange of India. We'll be gearing up for the countdown, and we are ready to celebrate this defining chapter in Piramal Finance's journey. And do remember that every success is touched by something that's beyond effort, a quiet grace that guides, protects, and inspires. Ladies and gentlemen, is the countdown. The moment that we've all been waiting for is here. We have on stage the family as well as the management team of Piramal Finance Limited as we get ready to officially mark the listing of Piramal Finance Limited on the National Stock Exchange. And ladies and gentlemen, the last 10 seconds, I'm going to request you to chime in as we count down together. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! as Mr. Rupen Javeri and Dr. Harish Ahuja to please take their seats. And may I now request the dignitaries from the Piramal family, the Piramal Finance Leadership, and NSC to gather on stage. May we welcome on stage Mr. Ajay Piramal, Dr. Swati Piramal, Mrs. Neeta Ambani, Nandini Piramal, as well as Peter DeYoung, Shloka Ambani, and Radhika Ambani for the photograph. Yep. I'm going to invite on stage Mr. Anand Piramal once again to conclude his speech.
The price has gone up over 15% at the time of listing. I just wanted to thank one or two last people. I wanted to thank, in addition to our employees, our board members. I can see Gautam Bhai and Shikha here. Both of you have been such an integral part of our journey. We're very blessed to have a very good board in terms of Nitin, Ashit, Shikha, Gautam Bhai, and many others. So thank you all for being here. Your presence means a lot. I wanted to thank, last and foremost, our investors. Any transformation takes about 10 years, and we are in year 6 of our transformation. And in the last 2 to 3 years, I think that it will, in the next 2 to 3 years, you should see the full results of everything that we are trying to achieve. I wanted to thank all our friends and family who have been a very important part of our journey over the last many, many years. And thank you so much for being here today and supporting us. Towards the end, I just wanted to leave with one thought. Zoran Mamdani, when he gave his speech, he quoted Jawaharlal Nehru and took a page from Indian history. Considering my brother-in-law is American, I thought that I will use one analogy from American history, which, if we have that slide, we can just put it. So it's the back of the $1 bill, and if you look on the left side, it has an unfinished pyramid, and there the words Anuit Coeptis, and this means that, like the US has a strong foundation, we as a company today have a strong foundation. Every generation has to do better and better. It's an unfinished pyramid. And the words below, or the words above, says Anuit Coeptis, which means He, God, favors our undertaking. I genuinely believe that if we work with sincerity, hard work, and believe in ourselves, we really can build one of India's most respected and admired financial services companies. My father's saying, favorite quote is, "You are your deep driving desire," and I believe that our destiny will be not written in the lines of our palms, but by the grasp of our hands. With the team that we have, I believe that we can achieve the impossible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anand. Always has a way with words, and you clearly put all of that into perspective. It is now my honor to invite on stage, along with Mr. Anand Piramal, Mr. Jairam Sridharan, as well as Mr. Rupen Javeri, from the leadership team of Piramal Finance Limited. We have the Memento Exchange. Can I welcome on stage Mr. Anand Piramal, Mr. Jairam Sridharan, as well as Mr. Rupen Javeri, as well as Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, as we are preparing for the Memento Exchange. Dr. Harish Ahuja joining in from the National Stock Exchange. Gentlemen, may I request you all to please put your hands together And may I please request Dr. Harish to hand over the memento, which is a symbol replica of the iconic NSC bell. And this serves as a memory for this remarkable occasion. NSC would also like to present a coffee table book which talks about the journey of NSC. The coffee table book presented to the management of Piramal Finance Limited on behalf of NSC. And we also have the proud to be listed box of badges for Piramal Finance employees on the occasion of the listing ceremony today. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And may I also request a memento from Mr. Anand Piramal to please be presented to Dr. Harish Ahuja. Mr. Rupen Javeri presenting a small memento on behalf of Piramal Finance Limited to Dr. Harish Ahuja. Nandini Piramal, Peter DeYoung, Shloka Ambani, Radhika Ambani, as well as, of course, Krishna and Adya. Time to capture the iconic milestone moment, the listing of Piramal Finance Limited on the National Stock Exchange just a few moments ago. Thank you so much to the family. May I request you all to please kindly be seated. And now may we welcome on stage the Piramal Finance Management Team and Board, Mr. Jairam Sridharan, MD and CEO, Mr. Rupen Javeri, Group President, Mr. Yash Nadkarni, CEO Wholesale Lending, Mr. Kalpesh Kikani, MD Piramal Alternatives, Mr. Suneet Madan, CEO Piramal Finance, Mr. Jagdeep Mallareddy, CBO, as well as Mr. Harinder Sikha, Group Director Strategic Business, for the photograph along with Mr. Anand Piramal. And the dedication of the entire Piramal Finance Management team being reflected today, and all of the hard work coming into fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. May I please request Mr. Ajay, may I please request you all to be seated? Thank you so much. I request you to please stay on stage. May I please request the board members as well as Mr. Ajay Piramal and Dr. Swati Piramal on stage once again for a special photo opportunity. Capturing these precious moments that will be treasured for eternity. The management team of Piramal Finance, the board members, as well as Dr. Swati Piramal and Mr. Ajay Piramal on stage to capture this historic and iconic moment. Thank you all, and I request you all to please be seated. And may I now request Mr. Jairam Sridharan, Managing Director and CEO, Piramal Finance, to please say a few words and address the audience.
We have our first family here today. We have the members of our board, our partners, members of the media, our hosts at NSE, and most importantly, we have a large part of our Piramal Parivar. I'm very excited to be here today, a big momentous occasion, an incredible milestone. We are talking about today the closure of one phase of our life and the beginning of another. There is a lot for us still to do, and we will talk a little bit about that. There is a story that the author David Foster Wallace once spoke about. Two young fish are swimming in the ocean, and as they are swimming, they come across an older fish coming the opposite way. And the older fish looks at them and says, how are you boys, how's the water? And keeps swimming on. The fish keeps swimming, and after a few minutes, one of them looks at the other and says, what the hell is water? Often when you're in the middle of something, you don't recognize the context you are in. You don't recognize what you are doing, what you're achieving. I want to take a few minutes to talk about what our water is and what we have done over the last few years at Piramal Finance. We are a unique animal. We are a young, large NBFC. That's a unique thing. There are young, small NBFCs. There are mature, large NBFCs. We are a unique thing in that we are young and we are large. Our story in current form is not more than 5 or 6 years old. That's about when Anand got engaged with the business and started looking at repivoting the business strategy. So we are 5, 6 years old, give or take. That's the young part. But then we are 90,000 crores of AUM. We are one of the 10 largest NBFCs in the country in a field which has 10,000 competitors. Just think about that for a minute. It's like you start a marathon which 10,000 people are running, and you start hours after everybody has taken off. And a little while later, you look around and say, you know what, I'm running in the top 10. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that happened. And that's what has happened at Piramal Finance. That we are in the top 10 in a competitor field which is 10,000 competitors strong, and we are just 5 or 6 years old. So we are a weird animal. We have grown in this new business, what we call the growth business, the retail business, the wholesale 2.0 business. Together, we have grown 4x in 4 years, from 20,000 crores to more than 80,000 crores in 4-year period. We have built a diversified business. We have built a mortgages business. We have built a wonderful real estate lending business. Yash is here. We have built a wonderful unsecured lending business. A lot of our leaders are here. We have built a mid-market lending business. I saw the Pendu here somewhere. We've got a wonderful alternatives business. So we've built this plethora of businesses which have created a diversified portfolio for us to continue to progress on these lines going forward. And we have done what I call a 3-dimensional progress. What is 3-dimensional? We have delivered top growth. We have crushed OPEX ratios and improved productivity in this period, and we have kept risk stable. That's not a troika that often happens. You don't grow at industry-leading rates while also bringing down operating expenses. But that's what we have done. You don't grow at industry-leading rates and still keep risk absolutely stable and low. But that's what we have done. So it's important for us to take a moment to savor what we have done in phase 1 of our company. Built a large but still young and vibrant company which is delivering this 3-dimensional growth. That is our water. How have we achieved that? How has this happened? Let me move my metaphor from liquid to solid. We have built on top of 4 strong pillars. What are the 4 strong pillars? Number 1 is our legacy, the Piramal legacy. You use the name Piramal and doors open up, liabilities turn up, you are able to make a connection with a customer, etc. So that name, the legacy that we carry, that has been built over the last 100 years, that is our strongest pillar. That's pillar number one. Our pillar number two is the teams that we have all across the country and their ability to execute. We always speak about execution rigor as the number one thing that we most value in our employees. That is our second biggest pillar. All the employees all across the country and the execution rigor that we show day in and day out. The third pillar is our strategy. We spoke about this a little bit earlier. Anand spoke about high tech and high touch, the phygital strategy. Piramal.ai, our ability to build a native, AI native company. That is our third pillar. You will notice, by the way, that we ranked execution rigor above strategic clarity. And that's the way we think about things in Piramal. Execution is more important to us than strategy. So the third pillar is execution rigor. The fourth pillar, and I believe our most important one, is our connect with our customer. We have found this little niche. We have found this middle market India. These customers who have strong niyat, but who are still struggling in their everyday life because formal financial services hasn't yet touched them. Those customers and their strong niyat is our fourth and strongest pillar. Niyat of customers like Mr. and Mrs. Soni.
गिरने वाली रोशनी हमारे अंदर ही होती है। कोई मंजिल मुश्किल नहीं जब नीयत साफ होती है। तकदीर से लड़के, दुनिया से अड़के रास्ते बन ही जाते हैं। जीरकपुर में छोटी सी दुकान चलाने वाले मिस्टर एंड मिसेस सोनी की कहानी काफी बड़ी है। आइए इनसे मिलते हैं।
मैं हरियाणा वाटर से हूँ, पंचकुला में, और इसके साथ हम अपना फास्ट फूड वगैरह का बिजनेस करते हैं। 2-4 स्टोर लगते हैं हमारे, तीन स्टोर लग रहे हैं प्रेजेंट में। बस वहाँ से हमारी आर्थिक स्थिति थोड़ा मजबूत हुई, हम चलते रहे, अभी भी चल रहे हैं।
तो अपना घर लेने का क्यों सोचा?
कई कमरों के बीच में रहते थे। उस टाइम पे पानी के लिए हमें लाइन लगाना पड़ता था। मैं बैठ के चलती हूँ ना, तो मैं बाल्टी खिसका के लेके जाना होता था। तो 3 कमरों तक ही लेके जाना, अपने कमरे तक ही। अब हम जिस चीज़ को आप 2 सेकंड में पार कर सकते हो, हमको उसको लिए आधा घंटा स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है। तो फिर हमने कहा कि नहीं, अब हमने अपना मकान लेना है।
मुझे 30 बैंकों से लास्ट रीजन, हैंडीकैप, देन ट्रायंगल, तो मैंने निर्णय लगा कि 4 दीवार नहीं, इस करके मकान ही नहीं मान रहे इसको ये। लेकिन चलते रहे, भगवान पे भरोसा था कि एक दिन हमें मंजिल जरूर मिलेगी। पिरामिल फाइनेंस के बारे में किसी ने बताया मेरे को, तो मैं किसी के थ्रू नहीं गया था, मैं डायरेक्ट गया ब्रांच में।
तो क्या प्रोसेस रही?
तो वहाँ के जो एम्प्लॉइज थे वो मेरे पास आए, नीचे आए, उन्होंने मेरी बात सुनी, कहने लगे जी आप फाइल दीजिए मेरे को। करीब 2 महीना लगा मेरे को लोन होने में, लेकिन लोन मेरा एक दिन हो गया। मेरी लाइफ की सबसे बड़ी जंग जीती थी मैंने, कि मेरे बच्चे कह सके हाँ हमारा घर है।
हमारे लिए तो घर वो था, जब हम अपने घर में गए तो शायद ही शहंशाह अपने महल में भी पैर रखता होगा, खुशी हो गया। वो पता नहीं क्या, कैसे इस चीज को तो भैया आप आज भी नहीं कर सकते कि एक मेरा अपना मकान है। आज मैं कह सकती हूँ मेरा अपना मकान, वो चीज थी।
You know, I've seen this video like 100 times. I can't help but tear up every time I see this. This is so crazy that the formal financial services sector doesn't consider their house a house because it has 3 walls. It's insane that most of India struggles to achieve financial freedom because of arbitrary rules like this that we in the financial services sector have set up over the years. So that's our fourth pillar, ladies and gentlemen. Our customers and their saaf niyat, which is what we are here to support. So where do we want to go from here? We have spoken about this. We want to build a business that's 1.5 lakh crores in AUM, 3% in return on assets, and predictable in terms of profitability. We have spoken about that. But today is listing day, so we can't forget value creation for our investors. Anand mentioned Mr. Piramal's legacy. Piramal listed in 1992. It has created market value growth of 210 times when the market has grown 22 times. That's the legacy of Mr. Piramal. Can we do one better? Can this team do one better on that? Anand wants to. I know I want to. And Anand, it's our promise to you that we will leave no stone unturned in finding a way to do one better. It's an Everest to climb, but who says we cannot? In the words of the great poet Dushyant Kumar, words which many of you have seen inked on my walls for many years, कौन कहता है आकाश में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? कौन कहता है आकाश में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारों. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sridharan, for those words. And of course, that video that really captures the ethos of the company, the vision, and the desire to go where no other finance companies have gone. May I now request Mr. Rupen Javeri, the Group President, to please come on stage to deliver his address.
Hello, everyone. Anand usually gives me the most unenviable task of following up with his speech, and now we have Jairam also, so I'll try to do my best. I also realize I'm the last person standing in between a wonderful curated meal by our Swati auntie as always, so I'll try to be quick. It's my honor to deliver this closing remark on a wonderful day. Today's listing for us marks not just a corporate milestone, but a formal beginning of a new chapter. On behalf of our entire Piramal Finance team, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and one of you for being here since early morning. While Anand has already thanked our group chairman, group vice chairman, the entire management team, I would like to take a moment to actually thank Anand. You know, it's very hard to not talk about him on today, but under his leadership, we've actually undergone a pretty momentous transformation, and hopefully a wonderful foundation for the future for all of us present in this room. We also want to extend our gratitude to our board members, Gautam Bhai and Shikha. Thank you for being with us. You've really been core pillars for us and really appreciate that. None of this would be possible with a lot of the backbenchers here, and I know all of you guys are hiding there, our internal teams as well as our external teams. Folks within our CS, Company Secretarial, Bipin, I see you hiding there, legal, compliance, finance, have worked day and nights to ensure this smooth outcome. So thank you for that. Our external advisors as well, our bankers, Axis, tax advisors, ENY, our valuation agencies, Ashwin, Trilegal and team, thank you very much for all your help. It's been a smooth process, but we all know we've had our ups and downs as well during this. We're also very grateful to our media partners for their continued engagement and support. Thank you. And lastly, big thanks to our marketing team as well as our events team. I see Kairon, Arvind, and all these people smiling. Thank you very much. I know you have put in very tireless efforts to make this event extremely successful. As a listed entity, we remain absolutely committed to transparency, governance, and responsible growth. We're humbled for our support, by the support of our shareholders, and thank you for your patience over the years. In closing, the only thing I'd like to say is, while today is listing day and listings are sobering, and while we're celebrating today, it's also important that we wake up with a renewed responsibility to our employees, customers, and shareholders tomorrow, because we genuinely believe that the best chapters of Piramal Finance are yet to be written. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Javeri, for that. And I would now like to have everyone's attention on the screen. We have a few clips that we've put together to see the journey of Piramal Finance from the humble beginnings to becoming one of India's leading retail finance platforms. This is the story of growth, people, and purpose. Take a look. All right, that was a wonderful video showing the ethos and, of course, the inspiring journey of Piramal Finance Limited. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to celebrate the moment that we have just witnessed, the historic listing of Piramal Finance on the National Stock Exchange. I would now request the backstage team to please bring out the cake. And now can we have the following people up on stage? Mr. Anand Piramal, Mr. Harinder Sikka. May I also welcome Mr. Jairam Sridharan, Mr. Rupen Javeri, Mr. Yash Nadkarni, Mr. Kalpesh Kikani, Mr. Suneet Madan, Mr. Jagdeep Mullareddy. And if we have Dr. Harish Ahuja from NSC, please make your way on stage. It's time to celebrate the cake cutting with a cake cutting. Congratulations to the entire team at Piramal Finance Limited on your successful listing on the National Stock Exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, a remarkable milestone, and this reflects all the years of vision, perseverance, and execution. Wishing you all continued growth, innovation, and success. Sweetening the day with this celebratory cake cutting celebration. What a proud and defining moment, ladies and gentlemen. The start of an even bigger growth story, and here's to continued success and making waves in your industry. This is indeed a well-deserved milestone and a testament to the resilience, the drive, and the commitment to excellence at Piramal Finance Limited. A wonderful photo opportunity for all the people who have put in the hard work behind the scenes. Thank you, gentlemen. I request you to please take your seats. And as we conclude the proceedings, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the National Stock Exchange of India for hosting us today, the board members for their invaluable guidance and support, and of course to all of you, our guests, partners, well-wishers. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate this defining moment. On behalf of Piramal Finance, a huge thank you to all of you for your presence. Thank you for being a part of this historic occasion.